Another year has gone by, and despite COVID-19 being ever prevalent, it has still been a great year for music despite the many hardships and setbacks of 2020. We had The Weeknd drop undoubtedly his best work with After Hours. Lil Uzi Vert dropped his most anticipated album, Eternal Atake. Griselda members Conway, Westside, and Benny had a phenomenal year, releasing over 6 projects between the 3 of them, along with a fantastic year for female artists such as Megan Thee Stallion reaching critical mass. 2020 was indeed a great year for music. However, looking back at everything I loved this year about music, and as my taste continues to morph and mature, I noticed that in my Spotify wrapped up that Frank Ocean was one of my top 5 artists, and unsurprisingly, DHL was my most played song of the year. It's important to note that Frank Ocean has dropped several singles over the past few years. However, a full-length project from Frank hasn't been released since Blonde in 2016, over 4 years ago. Yet, fans have not lost interest in Frank in the slightest, considering that attendance of 2019's Camp Flog-in-Gnaw booed one of the greatest superstars in the world, Drake, off the stage because they were expecting Frank Ocean. So, what makes him so great, Frank Ocean? Genre-bending, genre-defining, Frank Ocean is a once-in-a-lifetime artist, often being considered the blueprint for influencing artists like Daniel Caesar, Kevin Abstract, Brent Faiyaz, and many more. Intimately, Frank Ocean invades your mind and soul. It almost feels Menage a Trois-esque. He truly is an avant-garde of the jazz and funk-inspired sound, if you want to even call it that. You see, at times it's pointless to label Frank Ocean in a genre because you'll have albums like Channel Orange that for the most part is pretty cohesive in sound, yet unconventional with freeform vocals, and the project's approach to jazz blurs the lines between psychedelic experimentation. However, on the other end of the spectrum, you'll experience Endless, arguably Frank's most abstract and ambitious work, in which, like the black and white visuals of the visual album, they set tones of magnitude, but don't forget the middle grounds or gray areas. It shifts from Frank's standard fare of R&B like in Unity, melodic and rhythmic expectations that we hold Frank Ocean to achieve, to highly experimental songs like Mitsubishi Sony, again with freeform vocals from Frank, but definitely has a distinct sound that is electronic and techno, especially after the beat drops. And of course, we have the gray areas, the middle grounds of the visual album, with one of my favorite songs in the projects, Xenons, a song that feels like a slower crack rock from Frank's album, Channel Orange, with a poetic and again freeform vocal performance from him on the latter half of the song. One thing that is always apparent in Frank Ocean's music is the jazz-inspired sound. This isn't too hard to believe considering although originally he is from Long Beach, he grew up in New Orleans. During his time there, it's known that he frequented jazz bars, which encouraged him to record his own music. Like his Odd Future contemporaries, Tyler the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt, Frank Ocean's music is more of modern art. Most of his songs tell a story, and I feel like storytelling is something a lot of people don't think about or take into account when it comes to Frank Ocean. Without a doubt, Frank Ocean's song structures and deliveries are diverse. Beautiful and wonderful, the melodies and instrumentals truly are masterful in production. However, I feel like his lyrics often go underappreciated apart with a few songs of critical acclaim. Like I said earlier, my absolute favorite song by Frank Ocean is DHL, one of his relatively recent songs that he's released back in 2019. On the surface, it could be seen as a standard fare Frank Ocean single. However, the song title and the lyrics tie in together a lot more tightly when you pay attention than if a person listened to it blankly and in passing. DHL is very complex in lyrical structure. It's very hedonistic and vain. First off, the instrumental for DHL is hazy. Not exactly dreamlike, but hazy. Maybe even inebriated and a bit sloppy. Druggy, you could say. The production is definitely clear and mixed well, but like it has this maturity that demands control so much that it's businesslike and disciplined. The dark synths combined with the beautiful compressed and mastered bass and 808s that clash and enthrall with Frank Ocean's voice. Though different, it reminds me of Kid Cudi's frequency from his 2016 album Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying, but more desiring. The instrumental sets the tone, but the lyrics and delivery really sell what the song is trying to convey. The delivery is a bit different than what we're used to by Frank. It almost reminds me of his verse on Oldie, but more hazy and laid back. I wouldn't call it rap, but it's not melodic either. It's a nice in-between for Frank. Lyrically, DHL is masterclass. It's centered on a pack. As many know, DHL is a shipping company, as the chorus of the song is, I got a pack, came from DHL, I just got up with a pack. Well, this has the standard meaning of, I got a pack, and it came from DHL. In an interview a while back, Frank says that he loves shipping company boxes. They would stack up while he's away, and every time he'd come home, it'd be similar to Christmas morning. However, what he would get in the pack varies widely. So what is in this so-called package? The obvious hazy, drugged out vibes describe another part of the chorus as, I got a pack, came from DHL, I just got up on a pill. And move me slow, yes, roofie, tea, ice, ecstasy, hold them. This tells the listener obviously about the drugs, but another line alludes to another package in the line, boy, toy, suck me like a Hoover, and boy, toy, ride me like an Uber, along with toting the Amazon, shit like 6'5", Oh, baby, be mine. Conveying to the listener that the pack could be considered a sexual relationship, as for most fans, it's common knowledge that Frank is bisexual. As in this track, we see both sides like Chanel with new bitch riding on my dick like a kid, yeah. The song gets even more complex, and I'm just on the title of the track. Honestly, it could fill a video of its own, but the brilliance of the writing and the lyrical depth is mastermind levels of clever. Again, one thing is for certain, and especially for his singles, is that they don't get enough credit, considering that casually, this track could be seen as very shallow. This and a lot of Frank Ocean songs could be seen as deceptively simple, but diving into a genius lyric sheet will tell you a different story. Frank is truly a once-in-a-lifetime artist. He conceived a genre of music and is well renowned for being elusive and rare. Genre bending to the point that genre is just a blur. Another smudge on the canvas that is Frank Ocean's art. An avant-garde for sure. Trying to analyze Frank Ocean's artistry is like having a word that you relate to and is at the tip of your tongue but simply just won't come out. As you do a bit of soul searching, you realize a thesaurus and dictionary is not good enough, because delivery and execution is everything.